the matchups we got going on. So on Saturday, the 12th, we got two games. First one, 2:30 our time. Colts at the Chiefs. This is going to be a fucking awesome game. Chiefs are favored 5.5. I said it last week, but you guys didn't see it, so I'm going to say it again. I am picking the Colts to go into Arrowhead and beat the Chiefs. I'm calling it right now. I called it then. Called it now.
Did we pick divisional games last week?
We did.
You sure? Because I don't remember what I picked.
Well, me and you basically picked our own teams to go all the way through our conferences. So we picked our teams to go all the way. So that was kind of our picks. But
actually, I picked. So full disclosure, because I remembered after we were done, I think I picked Baltimore to win the game.
I picked Baltimore.
But I picked the Chargers to win the AFC. So I kind of fucked up there. I'll take the L with the Baltimore, but
who you got? Colts or Chiefs?
Colts or Chiefs?
I just feel like this is one of those things where you're looking at the team that's red hot versus the team that was the best all season.
So ironically, the bye probably hurts the Chiefs because they've cooled down a bit.
Right.
I don't know, man. The Chiefs definitely look more vulnerable than they did in the beginning of the year. I think during the beginning of the year, everyone was like, MVP, Super Bowl champs, Science Field delivered.
Yeah.
I'm yours. I'm gonna... God, that is so tough. You know what? I will agree with you, and I'll go with the Colts. Because when it comes down to defenses, Chiefs secondary, no bueno.
Yeah.
No bueno.
I agree.
So, I'll go Colts. All
right. And then the second game, Bills-Rams. Bill will actually be in attendance for that game. He is heading that way. We'll make sure that he's posting pictures and videos and stuff for you guys to see his experience out there. Him and the one other Rams fan that'll be there with the tens of thousands of Cowboys fans.
At home.
Cowboys at Rams. Rams are favored by 7.
Wow.
This is a pretty big spread for a divisional game.
You don't get that much respect, especially during the late season.
It's if the Cowboys didn't handle the Seahawks the way they did, I would feel a little better about the Rams winning. Though I'm still going to go LA. I think the Rams they have the weapons, they have the caliber of players. To me, I think it really comes down to Aaron Donald. Outside of the offense and all that shit, I think if Aaron Donald can disrupt the Cowboys' backfield the way he has against teams like the Niners and the Cardinals, can he come through on the big stage? Because that was late in the season. That was a big thing for him. They had 2 back-to-back big games with the Eagles and the Bears. He was goose egged. He was non-existent in those games, and it showed because the Rams lost both. But the games where he can make an impact, they pretty much dominate everybody. So if he's the X factor, I think he's the deciding factor in that game. But ultimately, I think he will have the impact that we're expecting him to have. I think the Rams are going to take the dub, move forward to the NFC title game.
Yeah, I think Donald's a big part of why we're going to win, and to an extent, it's the entire defensive line. Unfortunately, or fortunately, because depending on how you want to see it, but I guess in the end, 13-3 is definitely help for us. They are QB hungry. They sniff a QB's taint and they go for him. they're just go.
Nothing like the scent of the taint.
Scent of the taint. But unfortunately, that means they usually overplay the running game, which is how Dallas is going to do it. I think our defense has leaps and bounds come a long way. I get it. We beat the Niners and the Cardinals, 2 dump teams at the end. But after the bye, they must have done something because the highest score they gave up was to Philly, 30-something. But again, I still hold that our offense...
The Niners put up over 30.
But that was in garbage time.
True.
They got 4 takeaways in the first half.
Agreed.
I'm going to give credit to the D there.
Yeah, they played well.
I forgot about that game. But in the Eagles game, I hold that our offense did not put them in great positions. I think the leaps and downs became better. It's going to be up to the Lions. Like the line is so good at rushing the QB. Their rush defense is them beating the linemen and then going, oh, the QB doesn't have the ball, but we beat the line so bad, the running back's right next to me. Now I'll go tackle him. I don't think that's going to cut it against an elite possible Offensive Player of the Year, Ezekiel Elliott, I think would be long gone by the time that happens.
Yeah.
So I think they definitely need to do something there. I don't know if they go because they're usually a 3-4. I don't know if you go 4. We'll see what they do. That is Wade Phillips' number one priority right there is Zeke. I still have question marks on Dak. I don't think he can beat us. So as long as
they are a different team with Amari Cooper. So let's be fair to Dak. And since he's got an Amari Cooper, he is a force. And if they can get the Rams to overcommit, kind of like you were saying, to the run, and get overcommitted to Zeke, set up a little play action, Cooper can definitely is elite enough to beat any corner in the league one-on-one.
I don't know about play action. I might do just a single back, and you don't do play action at all because I think that gives too much time to the D line. But to your point, just make it seem like you're gonna throw it. The one
do any of those RPOs, some run pass option type plays.
That'd be scary, especially when you're QB. RPOs are stupid when everyone knows the QB's not going to run it. Give me a damn break. when you have Matt Ryan running an RPO, what's he gonna do? But in the case of I was going to call him Deke. In the case of Dak, he definitely should be respected in the RPO option. But the one thing I'm excited about, and it's a wrinkle I don't think we've ever had, got Todd Gurley, who's coming back. I read he was limited in practice. I think that's them being overcautious. This is going to be his full third week, might even be fourth, maybe 3.5, of just pure rest. I think he'll be good to go. Also have C.J. Anderson, who's had over 100 yards past 2 games, double back set. Malcolm Brown, Malcolm Brown, our previous backup, was great. He got injured, unfortunately, which is why they had to go out and get C.J. Anderson, or else we'd be stuck with a rookie running back. But C.J. Anderson's paying off. Do a 2-back set, double play action, do your jet sweeps. Me personally, I would have C.J. Anderson, Todd Gurley go out in the pass, be another receiver. You still have C.J. Anderson you got to worry about.
Yeah.
McVay sometimes gets over creative, but I think to beat this defense, they're just very athletic. They're very fast. He's going to need to do something creative. I would say don't get too carried away with it. Remember, you got the best, in my opinion, best running back in the league. Use him. For God's sakes, don't put it in Goff's hands. I still trust him, but he has definitely been a problem.
If the Cowboys can create pressure, that's trouble.
Yes. No, I agree. But again, with the 2-back set, or just 1 back, you got to respect Todd Gurley. You got to slow it down. Do your jet sweeps. Do your screen passes.
Establish the run. Establish it early.
Yeah.
Create the respect there to give Goff some time. I think the Rams will be just fine if they can do that.
Yeah, and I agree. And I'm taking the Rams, but McVay cannot forget that he has Todd Gurley. He gets into trouble with that, where he gets pass happy. Remember, not only do you have Todd Gurley, C.J. Anderson, balanced attack. Gurley will do his thing, and your play action, king of play actions. But you need the defense to respect the run first.
Agreed.
And a good defense it is at that. So you need to prepare for them.
Yeah. So then we move to the Sunday games. First one of the day, Chargers at the Patriots. Patriots are favored by 4. This is a good matchup. It's what I did see. What was an interesting stat was that there's not a single AFC quarterback that was in the playoffs. Dating back to the wild card round. All the 8 teams in the playoffs, no team or no quarterback on any team has a win against Tom Brady.
Yes, that's funny. Hey, Tommy B, you might not ever be impressed by his stats. Look at those rings, son. That's all he's got to say. Or is it 6? Yeah, 6.
He's got 5.
5. Okay.
They've got 5. He's got a handful of rings, quite literally a handful. And I don't know if he's going to get it this year, but I think he will be back in the AFC title game. I am taking him over the Chargers. I think playoff Patriots, playoff Brady and Belichick it's just a different beast. I think it's a tough world, and they're in Foxborough. Not that it's some crazy place to play in, but it is tough. Road games are always hard. And yeah, Philip Rivers is 0-7 against Tom Brady in his career, so I think he's going to make it an 8.
Then I'm gonna go with the Chargers. I
Really?
am not a fan of how they played this past game. Like I said, uh, field goals don't win you games. You need to turn those threes into sevens. But um, I just think their defense is all around better. I think they got better skill positions at offense. I get it. Belichick and Brady, even with usually a lesser, we'll call it a lesser roster, they play to their strengths and they find ways to win. But I like the Chargers at every facet more so than I do the Patriots. They want to go Chargers.
You heard it here. And then to round out the divisional games, Eagles at the Saints, Sunday afternoon. The Saints are favored by 8. I think that's a little bit of a slap at the Eagles. Personally, I think that might be giving them a little less credit than they deserve. Um, this one's tough. Just kind of looking at it at face value, I think you would think the Saints are probably going to run away with this, but the Eagles are hot. They're just like the Colts, where they're a team that is heating up at the right time. They're doing the right things. Um, but going into the Superdome is a fucking nightmare. Yeah, I think the Cinderella story is going to end on Sunday. I think Drew Brees will lead his offense to the promised land, get them to the NFC title game. The Saints had the number 2 rushing defense in the league, in the regular season. I think the Eagles really don't have much of a running game to speak of. So we'll see. In the Chicago game, it's not like Foles didn't necessarily light it up. He did enough to win. But the Bears' offense did not do what I think Drew Brees and his offense is going to do, and I think the Saints' offense is just way too high powered, and they're just going to put up points, and I don't think the Eagles are equipped to get into a shootout with them.
Yeah, I'm sure everyone's heart's with the Eagles, but if you're going to put your wallet down, I don't know how you go against the Saints. I mean, you got the probably one of the best 1-2 punches in the backfield I've seen in a long ass time. Ingram and Kamara.
Yeah.
You got Breeze at the helm.
Michael Thomas.
Michael Thomas just fucking roasting people. I mean, literally with Breeze at the helm, everybody's a weapon. I mean,
yeah.
You hear fucking receiver they probably picked off the practice squad this week. He's a threat. He's a big threat when you got Breeze at the helm. And also they're another defense that isn't like the rest of the high-powered defenses where they just solely rely on the offense. Their defense is pretty good. They can stop. Well, what's funny is their specialty stopping the run. Eagles have no run game to speak of, but that might benefit the Saints because they go, hey, would you look at that? We're only going to rush 4. Everybody get your ass back.
Yeah.
I don't know how you pick against the Saints. I'll be rooting for the Eagles, but
I think my heart's with the Eagles. Obviously Nick Foles is an Arizona alum. Pulling for him, but I just don't think they're going to have enough to get past him. So we'll see. Foles has got the weapons: Ertz, Jeffrey, Aguilar. He's got the receiving weapons. I just don't think they have enough balance on offense to be able to diversify the attack enough to kind of keep the Saints guessing. I think they're going to be so one-dimensional because they don't really have a ground game that the Saints are going to be able to key in on that. And then, they're always pretty confident that their offense is going to walk away with some points every time they're on the field. So,
yeah,
I think New Orleans gets it done.
Yeah, I got to go New Orleans. New Orleans.
The NOLA. They're getting it done. So, that concludes this week's episode. We talked about quite a few things.
Episode 19. Didn't mention that.
It is 19. We're closing in on the 20s. Look at us. So, we'll put this up, shortly. You guys will be watching it by the time I do that, so that might be pointless to say. But
yes, it is.
Make sure to follow us, subscribe, on all the pages. We'll put up the thing down here so you guys can see it. With our handle, for all of our pages. So check us out. Let us know what you guys think.